That's a question for every single one of us. So we are now in an unprecedented situation. We will have to use every tool in the toolbox. So this brings me to my final question. How do we get people to change their behavior? That in order to feed the 9 billion in 2050, we will have to use every tool in the toolbox. We can't afford to reject any possibility. Feeding the 9 billion is to produce more food with less input and without using more land. Can it be done? So a second approach would be to move to new technologies. And I mentioned 3 here: genetic modification, which I'm going to say a little bit more about in a moment, computer technology, and global positioning systems. It's going to involve all of us changing our behavior, and as part of that is going to involve all of us electing politicians who are prepared to be tough with us. If we are not willing to elect politicians who are prepared to take tough decisions for the benefit of our children and their children, we are not going to solve the problem of feeding the 9 billion. Thank you.
我々がこの問題を各自が認識しないといけない、つまりその共有していかないといけない。
安定というのはとても大事なテーマで。
Difficulty is there is no simple answer. There's no magic bullet. The other question is, what can science contribute? People are ignorant and you need to fill them up with knowledge. You engage in a conversation where people express their attitudes and concerns and you try to relate that to a scientific discourse.
フードロスっていうのは科学で、日本のこの問題っていうのは科学で解決ができるところとできないところがあるように私は思っているんですけれども、
農業の技術そのものをより高度にしていくということが一つ基本的に重要なことだと思いますね。農業効率っていいますと日本がかなり先に進んでいますから。
Absolute crucial was never ever to claim that anything is absolutely safe, because nothing is absolutely safe. Absolute safety doesn't exist. So rule number 1, always acknowledge there are risks, and it's a matter of what risk is acceptable. Rule number 2, always acknowledge uncertainty.
今日のこの機会も皆さんとその食をめぐるいろんなイシューについてシェアできる機会であったことを私は願っております。